Alright, it's Mr. P helps with Algebra 2, Unit 1, Topic 2, SLT7. First of all, before I even get started on this warm-up, I ran out of time, so here is the homework. This is the last question that was on the last video. I just want to make sure you had a chance to take a look at that. Alright, so identify the domain and range of each. So if I was to ask myself, where's the endpoint to this radical, to this square root function? It would happen to be at 2, 5. And I know that because whatever's on the inside is the opposite, and the outside is the translation up or down. Left to right, up or down. So now, if I know that 2, 5 is, think about the way it looks. So 2, 5 is right here, and it's going to be going up and sort of like this. So now, when you think about the way that graph looks, the domain is going to be x is greater than 2, or equal to, and the range is going to be y is greater than or equal to 5. So basically, if you have the endpoint, then you can figure out the domain and range, which answers this question down here. So the endpoint on this one is going to be at -2, -3. So this tells me that this is going to be x is greater than -2, greater than or equal to -2, and the range is going to be y is greater than or equal to -3. Now, the one thing you want to make sure that you're careful when doing this, it was greater than for both of them because this x was positive. Remember, if this x would have been negative, it would have been going in the opposite direction. Or if there was a negative number on the outside, it would have been going down. So the range. So basically, the insides tell you, so if the x is negative right here, that means the domain would have been less than. And if there was a negative out here, then the y would have been less than, because then it would have been going down infinitely. All right, so graphing. So we're getting in the cubes and cubic roots. So to find the parent function of cubed, 1 times 1 times 1, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And I'm going to try not to spend as much time on this so I don't run out of time. Now, the thing that's special about cubes and not squareds, so in this case, it's going to have negative numbers as well. What I meant to say is square roots and not cubed roots. Cubic roots also have negative answers. -1 times -1 times -1 is -1. -2 times -2 times -2 is -8. So the function is going to look something like that. Now, is the inverse of this going to be a function? It absolutely is. And it's going to end up looking something like that, okay, if I was going to graph it. So that is a function. No matter where I put a vertical line, it's going to still be a function. All right, so I want to transform it. So this is going to be the same rules I did in the last video. So x minus 1 means it's moving left or right. In this case, it's going to be right. So the vertex is actually right here. Now, I can test all the other numbers by putting 2 in for x, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 cubed is 1. So right there. 2 minus 1 is 1. Wait, no, I'm sorry. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So right there. And this function is going to go something like that. It's going to be the exact same on the other side. It's going to be -1 and -8. All right, so increasing. When is this increasing? I do want to talk about that. This is increasing always, the entire time. This entire thing is increasing. And the inverse, which would be like such. Okay, so -2, -8 becomes -8, -2. Okay, so I didn't make it perfectly, but it's going to have to do. It's also going to increase the entire time. So this was 1, and this was the original. So that's the inverse. It's going to increase the entire time. Because remember, the arrows do not tell you which direction it's going. It's just, you read it like a book from left to right. Use what you know about the inverse. Okay, so now we got 2 transformations. We've got left 2 and down 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's the vertex. And when I do the rest of them, the next one's going to be 1 higher. The next one's going to be 8 higher. 1, 2... Okay, so let me just put 0 in. 0 plus 2 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. 8 minus 3 is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So there's this side, and the other side is going to look very similar. It's going to look like that. I'm trying to save time here because I ran out of time in the last video. So determine a domain. Domain is all real numbers going infinitely both directions. When is it increasing? The inverse is increasing. Well, this is increasing the entire time. The inverse is also going to increase the entire time. I know that was a poorly made inverse, but it's just going to have to work. All right, so what type of relation? So this was the start of day 2, most likely. This is linear. This is quadratic, but it's facing down. This is square root. This is cubed. This one is kind of square root, but not really. It's the inverse relation of a quadratic. So it is the cubed if it had an existing negative side, but it doesn't. And this is cubic root. This is cubed, this is cubic root. So you can clearly see that the inverses of each other look like themselves, but they've been, reflected to the other side of y equals x. All right, so day 2, which direction is it being translated? It's being translated 1 left and 4 down. 1 left, 4 down. There's the vertex, and this is that quadratic or is that cubed? It looks like, I guess it's cubed. If it's cubed, it's going to look like that. Cubic root of x, that's going to look, well, let's see, cubic root of 0 is 0, cubic root of 1 is 1, and it's going to look something like this. Domain is all real numbers, range is also all real numbers. Point of symmetry means the middle point. Domain just means how far left and right, range just means how far up and down. Increase interval will be all real numbers because it's increasing the entire time, and it's never decreasing. Alright, so now for these, I can save myself some time because I've literally already posted in the answers so you can clearly see them. So this is a translation that's been moved up to. This looks a lot like this one. Okay, so this is the parent function, and this is the one I'm starting with. If I take that same function, I slide the whole thing up to, here's the vertex right here, and this will be this function. Now this is an interval notation, and it's also got inequalities. Oh, it does not show. So that would be all real numbers. This is also all real numbers, meaning it's going infinitely to the left and infinitely to the right. So positive and negative infinity. This is a transformation of a square root function. 2 transformations. One, it's going 1 left, so you can clearly see the endpoint's been slid 1 left. And the negative on the outside means that it's going down like this. It's decreasing. It's got a decreasing that's greater than -1, and it never increases, as you can clearly see. All right, this one's got 2 transformations. It's going right 3 and up 1. There's the vertex right there at 3, 1. And otherwise it looks exactly the same. This one's got a transformation that's going right 2, up 1. Right 2, up 1. There it is. And it's got a dilation that's making it dilate by 3, which means the next number is 3 above. Okay, so that's how that works. So it makes it stretched out vertically this way. And the next one, so this is a translation that's gone 4 left and 1 down. Remember, it's the same rules as quadratics. The inside's the opposite of what you would think left or right. The outside's your up or down. And so there you go, down. So left 4, down 1, left 4, down 1. There's the vertex. It looks the same otherwise. Oh, but that negative sign on the outside, notice that it's decreasing the entire time. It's not increasing the entire time. All right, so this is a translation that's 9 left, 9 left. But this 2 over here is actually the same as being over here. So this is actually 9 left and 2 up. As you can clearly see right here, 9 left, 2 up right there. And the next number is 4 below, which is right there. All right, so this has got a cubic root. It's going to look like this, which means it's going left nothing, but it's going up 4. I'm sorry, down 4, because it's negative. So down 4, so that's why it's right here, and it's decreasing because it's negative. So negative right there. Sorry, -4 just means it's being slid down 4. It's the negative that makes it go down like it does. All right, so this one's being translated 5 to the left and 7 down, as you can see, 5 left, 7 down. And the next one's going to be only up 1/3. So you can see how fractions make it really narrow, really skinny in this case. It's kind of the opposite of a quadratic. Quadratics, it makes it wider when it's a fraction, when it's dilation factor. All right, homework. Boy, I went through a lot quicker because I had the answers already posted. Square root of x plus 4. So that's a translation that's going at 0, 4. So let's start right there. So that point represents the end point. So that represents the square root of 0. So the next thing would be square root of 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 4 makes 5. F of 1 is 5. The square root of 4 would be 2. 2 plus 4 makes 6. F of, okay, what did I just say? F of 4 is 6. Right there. All right, so that's what that one looks like. This one's also a square root function, but we got the negative on the outside, which means we know it's going to go facing down. If this had been negative, it would have been going to the left. So this time I got to be a little more strategic when choosing my x values. I can't just use 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, those easy ones. I got to think, well, what would x have to be to make it 0? That would be negative 2. What would x have to be to make it 1? That would be negative 1. Oh, I better solve it. So here we go. So negative 2 plus 2 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. 0 times that is 0. Okay. Negative 1 plus 2 is 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. All right, so the next one. So I've done 0, I've done 1. The next one would be 4. What could I make it 4? That would be 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. I'll do just one more. I've already done the 0 and the 1 and the 4. Next comes 9. It takes 7 to make it 9. 7 plus 2 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Plot our points. We knew there's going to be a translation 2 to the left. Negative 1, negative 2. We also knew it was going to be facing down because of the negative. And 2, negative 4. We also knew that it was going to be stretched out because this is a bigger number than 1. 7, negative 6. Perfect. I think I did a perfect job on this one. All right. Please give it a like to help you learn something about square roots, cubes roots. There's all kinds of stuff in here, and cubed and cubic root, whatever else I might have missed. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful day.